Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री अभय चरणार विंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद महाराज की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री वेदांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज शिला प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की ब्रह्माचार्य श्री हरदास ठाकुर जी की से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ गिरि गोवर्धन की मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की दीप मायापुर धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा मैया की यमुना मैया की सी देवी की परिद पावन हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की श्री श्री राधा मदन गोपाल जी की श्री श्री गौर निताय की श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, all glories Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Jamuna Tiravanachari Jamunatiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Raja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Raja Janaranjana Jamunatiravanachari Jamunatiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jayom Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Astatar Shata Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Abhay Charnarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Astatar Shata Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Srila Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagvatam Ki Jai Shri Shri Gauranitai Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Madan Gopal Ji Ki Jai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru, Shri Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I think the door was closed, it should open, so there's cross ventilation. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Shaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayed Nasta Praishu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Reading from Srimad Bhagvatam, Canto 7, Chapter 9, text number 25. This chapter is expressing the prayers of Prahlad Maharaj. Kutra Shisha. Can we have the cell phones on silent mode, please, including notifications? Thank you so much. Kutra Shisha Shruti Sukha Mriga Trishni Rupa Kutra Shisha Shruti Sukha Mriga Trishni Rupa Kvedam Kalevar Amashesha Rujam Viroha Kvedam Kalevar Amashesha Rujam Viroha Nirvidyate natu jano yadapiti vidvan Nirvidyate natu jano yadapiti vidvan Kamanalam madulavai Shamayandurapai Kamanalam madulavai Shamayandurapai Kutra Shisha Shuti Sukha Mriga Krishni Rupa Kvedam Kalevar Hamashesha Rujam Viroha Nividyate natu jano yadapiti vidvan Kamanalaya matula vaishamaya durpai Kutra tisha shuti sukha mriga trishni rupa Kvedam kalevar amashesha rujam viroha Nividyate natu jano yadapiti vidvan Kamanalam madulavai shamayandurapai please chant. Kutra Shisha Shuti Sukha Mriga Trishni Rupa Kvedam Kalevaram Ashesha Rujam Viroha Nirvidyate Natu Jano Yadapiti Vidvan Kamanalam Madula Vaishamayandurapai Kutra Shisha Shuti Sukha Mriga Trishni Rupa Kvedam Kalevaram Ashesha Rujam Viroha Nirvidyate Natu Jano Yadapiti Vidvan Kamalayam Madula Vaishamayandurapai Kutra Shisha Shuti Sukha Mriga Trishni Rupa Kedam Kalevaram Ashesha Rujam Viroha Nirvidyate Natu Jano Yadapiti Vidvan Kamanalam Madula Vaishamayandurapai Matajis, Vaishnavis. Kutra Shisha Shuti Sukha Mriga Trishni Rupa Kedam Kalevaram Ashesha Rujam Viroha Nirvidyate Natu Jano Yadapiti Vidvan Kamanalam Madula Vaishamayandurapai Kutra where Ashishaha benedictions Shuti Sukhaha simply pleasing to hear of Mrigatrishni Rupaha exactly like a mirage in the desert. Kva where Idam this Kalevaram body Ashesha unlimited Rujam of diseases Viroha the place for generating Nirvidyate becomes satiated Na not to but Janaha people in general Yatapi although Iti thus Vidvan so-called learned philosophers, scientists and politicians Kama Analam the blazing fire of lusty desires Madhulavai with drops of honey happiness Shamayan controlling Durapai very difficult to obtain. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Bhai Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. In this material world, every living entity desires some future happiness, which is exactly like a mirage in the desert. Where is water in the desert? Or in other words, where is happiness in this material world? As for this body, what is its value? It is merely a source of various diseases. The so-called philosophers, scientists, and politicians know this very well, but nonetheless they aspire for temporary happiness. Happiness is very difficult to obtain, but because they are unable to control their senses, they run after the so-called happiness of the material world and never come to the right conclusion. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. There is a song in the Bengali language which states, I constructed this home for happiness, but unfortunately there was a fire and everything has now been burnt to ashes. This illustrates the nature of material happiness. Everyone knows it, but nonetheless one plans to hear or think something very pleasing. Unfortunately, all of one's plans are annihilated in due course of time. There were many politicians who planned empires, supremacy, and control of the world, but in due time all their plans and empires, and even the politicians themselves, were vanquished. Everyone should take lessons from Prahlad Maharaj about how we are engaged in so-called temporary happiness through bodily exercises for sense enjoyment. All of us repeatedly make plans, which are all repeatedly frustrated. Therefore, one should stop such plan making, as one cannot stop a blazing fire by constantly pouring ghee upon it. One cannot satisfy oneself by increasing plans for sense enjoyment. The blazing fire is Bhava Mahadavagni, the forest fire of material existence. This forest fire occurs automatically without endeavor. We want to be happy in this material world, but this will never be possible. We shall simply increase the blazing fire of desires. Our desires cannot be satisfied by illusory thoughts and plans. Rather, we have to follow the instructions of Lord Krishna. Sarvadaiman parichaja mamekam sharanam vraja. Then we shall be happy. Otherwise, in the name of happiness, we shall continue to suffer miserable conditions. Kutri shisha shruti sukha megatrishni rupa kvedam kalevaram shesharujam viroha nirvidyate natu jano yadapi dividvan kamanalam madulavai shamayandurapai. Om Jnana Timrandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Dena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Shtapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Sunyavari Paschatya Deshatarane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna. It is my great honor and pleasure to be here this morning in ISKCON Nasik, Shri Shri Radha Madan Gopalji Mandir. And before I begin speaking, I seek the blessings, all the Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, Kripaya Aap Sab Ashirwad Dijiye. Thank you so much. I especially seek the blessings of His Divine Grace, Srila Abhay Charanaravinda, Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Without Srila Prabhupada, none of us would be sitting here today. We're so grateful to him. And Srila Prabhupada dedicated his life to translating Srimad Bhagvatam, because Srimad Bhagvatam is the ripened fruit of all Vedic literatures. Nigamakalpa Turur Galitam Phalam Shukumukadamithadrava Samyutam Pivata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Mohura Sika Bhuvi Bhavukaha. O expert and thoughtful man, relish Srimad Bhagavatam, the mature fruit of the desire tree of Vedic literatures. It emanated from the lotus lips of Srila Sukadeva Goswami. Therefore this fruit has become even more tasteful, although its nectarian juice was already legible for all, including liberated souls. So Srimad Bhagavatam, it's the ripened fruit of all the Vedic literatures. And in this 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, we're hearing the topic of Poshanam. Poshanam means protecting. Krishna is protecting his devotees. Krishna, 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 Rakshama. Krishna, 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 Rakshama. Krishna, 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 Pahima. Pahima. Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava Rakshama. Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava Rakshama. So Lord Krishna, he protects his devotees. Name bhaktya pranashati. Krishna's devotees are never vanquished because Krishna always protects them. And in this canto, we're going to hear how Krishna protects Prahlad Maharaj from Hiranyakashipu, his father. Hiranyakashipu was doing tremendous austerities, standing with his hands raised high in the air, on tippy toes. But he wasn't chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. He was praying, Dhanam Dehi, Siddham Dehi, Ye Mera Janma Hogya Nehi, hey, don't end my life, make me immortal. And Brahma came on the scene, and Lord Brahma poured his kamandalu, water, on the body of Hiranyakashipu, became strong and young and powerful. And Brahma said, what benediction do you want? And Hiranyakashipu said, make me immortal. Brahma said, I cannot do that. I don't have the power. And then Hiranyakashipu said, then make it not be possible for me to be killed inside the house, outside the house, in the daytime, in the nighttime, by any animal, any man, any demon, any serpent from the lower planetary systems, any weapon, any. And he gave so many conditions like this. So Lord Brahma said, Tatastu, let it come to pass. And Hiranyakashipu was very happy. Now, while he was doing his austerities, his wife, Kayadu, was pregnant, and in the wife's womb was who? Prahlad Maharaj. And Narada Muni came. Narada Muni bhajai vina radhika ramana naam hai. Narada Muni bhajai vina radhika ramana naam hai. And Narada Muni was instructing Kayadu in the womb, and also Prahlad Maharaj. Therefore, ladies should be encouraged at the time of pregnancy to hear transcendental subject matter like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagvatam. I have a proposal, an idea for productions from ISKCON Kirtan Ministry, Lok Studio. We should promote content and produce content that ladies can hear in the womb and their embryos can hear. And I propose we call this project Womb Tunes. Womb Tunes. Is it a good idea? If you give your blessings, say Haribo. Okay, let's put it on the production schedule. Womb Tunes. This week, when we go back to Pandharpur on Monday, we're having 18 boys from all across India come to our studio in Pandharpur. It's called Lok Studio. And we'll be conducting trainings in the studio, how to produce audio and video content, how to record instruments, use microphones, mix in sound effects, and all of these things. So one of our first projects there can be the first Womb Tunes production. So, with your mercy and blessings, it may happen. So Narada Muni instructed Prahlad Maharaj. Kayadu forgot all the instructions, but Prahlad Maharaj remembered the instructions. And therefore, when Prahlad Maharaj's students asked him, Prahlad, let's go and play during the tiffin hours, then Prahlad said, no, that komaram acharat pragyo dharman bhagavatam iha dorlabam manusyan janma tadyap adruvam artadham. This human form of life is very, very rare. So therefore, even from a very young age, one should take up Krishna consciousness. We have Ananya Prabhu, Ananya, Anadya, yes. He is the grandson of Mr. Sethi, who saved the Juhu land. So he comes in a lineage of devotees. So even from a young age, Komaram Acharat Pragyo, he had the good advantage of taking to Krishna consciousness. So similarly, on the notice board here of ISKCON, we see youth trainings and children's classes, and there's so many opportunities for young people. And tonight we'll be having a youth festival called the Festival of Mercy, because Srila Prabhupada has given his mercy to all of us. So some appreciate the mercy, they accept the mercy like Prabhu, but some they don't appreciate the mercy. And one person who did not appreciate the mercy was Hiranyakashipu. So he asked Prahlad, what is the best thing that you learned in school? And Prahlad said, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atmani Vedanam. And Hiranyakashipu was so angry, he called the demons, kill him, Chindi Bindi, Chindi Bindi. And the demons, they were trying to stab Prahlad with the swords and the spear. And then they called an elephant to trample Prahlad. Prahlad lived. They called sarps, snakes. But Prahlad lived. They called a fire. Prahlad lived. They threw Prahlad from the mountain. But Prahlad lived. Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. Hiranyakashipu said, Prahlad, where do you get your power from? And Prahlad said the same, where you get your power from, my dear father. Where? From Vishnu. Where is this Vishnu? My dear father, he's everywhere. Is he in this pillar? Yes, father, he's everywhere. Then I will kill him. And Hiranyakashipu took his talawar, smashed the pillar. And Lord Nrsingadev appeared from the pillar. Shri Nrsingadev Bhagavan ki jai. He made a great roaring sound. The entire universe was shaking. He had angry eyes, sharp teeth, sharp nails. His tongue was moving back and forth like a dueling sword. And there was a great battle between Hiranyakashipu and Lord Nrsingadev. And eventually, Lord Nrsingadev grabbed Hiranyakashipu like a cat grabs a mouse, threw him on his lap, ripped open his stomach, pulled out his intestines, made a garland of the intestines around his neck, and threw him to the ground, dead. Shri Nrsingadev Bhagavan ki jai. So Nrsingadev sat down on Indra's throne, and he was in a very angry mood. The demigods asked Lakshmi Devi, oh, Lakshmi Devi, please go and pacify your Prabhu. But Lakshmi Devi said, I cannot recognize my Prabhu. He's so angry. Someone else has to go. So the demigods appointed Prahlad Maharaj, And he went and garlanded Lord Nrsingadev, and Lord Nrsingadev embraced him. And Prahlad began to offer prayers. Prahlad prayed, "My dear Lord, I do not fear your eyes that are bright like the sun. I do not fear your frowning eyebrows. I do not fear your sharp pinching teeth. I do not fear your garland of intestines. I do not fear your ferocious mouth and tongue. I do not fear your high wedge-like ears. I do not fear your nails meant to kill your enemies. I do not fear your mane soaked with blood. I do not fear your tumultuous roaring sounds which makes elephants flee. What do I want? I only want to become a servant of your servant. Gopi Bhatur Parakamalayor Das Das Anudasaha. Servant of the servant of the servant. I do not desire bhukti or mukti or siddhi." And in yesterday's verse, we heard how worldly opulences are temporary and false. From Lord Brahma down to the smallest ant, all are having only material opulences like wealth, power, material enjoyment, and longevity. So Prahlad yesterday was saying, I don't want bhukti, enjoyment in higher planets with demigods. I don't want mukti, desire to become with the Supreme, one with the Supreme. I don't want siddhi, the 8 perfections of the yogis. I only desire to be the servant of your servant. Das Das Anudasaha. So today we're hearing about the further prayers of Prahlad Maharaj. And Prahlad is speaking about material happiness. Material happiness is compared to mriga trishna. Mriga means deer. There's a deer. There's a deer in the desert. And the deer is thirsty after water. And the deer thinks that it sees water in the distance. But that water is actually only a mirage. It's Brahm. It's an illusion. The deer is continuously running and running towards the water. And the deer is running and running. And the deer jumps and dives and opens her mouth. And then the mouth is filled with only hot sand. And the deer eventually only dies in the desert. Where is the water in the desert? Where is the happiness in this material world? Happiness in this world is an illusion, Brahm. In the purport today, Srila Prabhupada quotes one song, which I would like to now attempt to sing with all of you. Are you ready? This is called Sukera Lagia Egara Bandinu. Sukera Lagia Egara Bandinu Agune Pundia Gela Sukera. Sukera Lagia Egara Bandinu Agune Purinya Gela. Amiya sagare sena karitite Amiya sagare sinana karite. Sakalingara labela. Sakalingara labela. Sakiki mora kapale leki. Shitala balia chada sevenu. Bhanura kirana deki. Uchala balia achale chadinu. Padinu agada jale. Lachami chahite dadviya bedala. Manika haranu hele. Nagara basalama sagara badilama. Manika pabara ashe. Sagara shukala manika lukala. Abhagikara madoshe. Piyashe lagia jalada sevenu. Vajra padiya gela. Kahe chandi dasa shamera piriti. Marmaharahala shela. Maramerahala shela. So this is a song by Chandidas and illustrates the nature of material happiness. Verse 1 says, "In the hope of finding happiness, I labored hard to build a house, but fire came and it was burned up. I swam in the ocean of nectar, but that nectar turned out to be poison." It's a beautiful verse from Bhagavad Gita. Please chant with me. Vishayendriya samyogad yattadagre mitopamam pariname visham eva tatsukam rajasam smritam. Translation: that happiness which is derived from contact of the senses with their objects, and which appears like nectar at first, but poison at the end, is said to be the nature of passion. And the mode of passion leads to suffering. The song continues. Oh, my dear friend, how unfortunate I am, knowing that moonbeams are very cooling. I went to take shelter of the moon to cool off my burning body. But those rays turned into hot sun rays, which scorched me instead. Imagine we go out during the day in the hot sun. We think it's moonbeams. It's not moonbeams. It's scorching like the sun. The song continues. Knowing the height of a mountain, I climbed to the peak and then fell, into the dark, deep ocean. I want money, but I'm always surrounded by poverty. A very valuable touchstone came in my hand, but at once I lost it. I built a city on the shore of the ocean, and I made a dam to move the ocean in hope of finding gemstones on the ocean bed. But due to the fault of my own ill fortune, the gemstones also hid themselves. I was looking for gemstones, but they were all hiding. When I was thirsty, I took shelter of a cloud, but rain did not come. Instead, a thunderbolt hit my head. The poet Chandidas laments, I have no affection for the lotus feet of Sri Samasundar. That is my only sorrow in my heart. My love for Sham is like a trident piercing my heart. Sri Chandidas ki jai. So Srila Prabhupada often gives this analogy of the camel is eating the thorn tree, and the camel's tongue begins to bleed, and the camel is tasting its own blood and thinking, oh, this thorn tree is very tasty. Do we have a second mic? Dusra mic, hey? Can we have a volunteer to read this quote from Srila Prabhupada's purport? Bhagvatam 2:3-19. Just give the mic, someone can read. Yeah, go ahead. Prabhu is ready. Give them the mic, please.
The camel is a kind of animal that takes pleasure in eating thorns. A person who wants to enjoy family life or the worldly life of so-called enjoyment is compared to the camel. The camel also sucks its own blood while chewing thorny twigs. The thorns the camel eats cut the tongue of the camel, and so blood begins to flow within the camel's mouth. The thorns mixed with fresh blood create a taste for the foolish camel, and so he enjoys the thorn-eating business with false pleasure.
Srila Prabhupada purport, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 3, Text 19. We also see the analogy of trying to touch the fire. If we touch the fire, we'll get burned. Whether we know fire burns or we don't know fire burns, we'll still get burned. So similarly, we chase material sense gratification, but it is the birth of suffering. We'll only suffer as a result. As Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 5, text 22, Yehi samsparsha jaboga, Yehi samsparsha jaboga, dukkhayo naiva evate, dukkhayo naiva evate, yadantavanta konteya, tavanta konte, nateshu ramate buddhaha. That one who is buddhaha, intelligent, will not chase sense gratification because he knows if he touches it, it'll burn his hand. Similarly, Prabhupada gives an analogy of two beggars. One beggar is begging from another beggar. If you beg from another beggar, you won't receive anything from that second beggar. So everyone is begging each other for some material sense gratification in this world, but it's just not available and only results in frustration. So this body, what is its value? It's just a source of diseases. We see so-called philosophers, scientists, politicians. They know this very well. They understand the truth, but they still aspire for temporary happiness. They chase the so-called happiness of the material world because they cannot control their senses. Their mind just runs after senses, sense gratification. Matirna Krishna Paratasvatova. Matirna Krishna Paratasvatova. Mito bipadyeta grihavratanam. Mito bipadyeta grihavratanam. Adant gobir vishatam tamisram. Adant gobir vishatam tamis. Puna punas charvata charvananam. Puna punas charvata. Just running after sense gratification due to uncontrolled senses. Their vision is illusioned with desires for sense gratification. I want it, I want this, I want that, I want that. But ultimately, such sense gratification is like quicksand. The more one struggles to enjoy it, the deeper one becomes trapped in the cycle of frustration, attachment, and suffering. Just like grass on the banks of a pond, they'll suck up all the water. So similarly, material enjoyment is like that grass. It's silently draining away our life's energy. So spiritual life is very difficult. It's like a razor's edge. Can we have a volunteer to read this quote from Srila Prabhupada, please? Yes, go ahead. Thank you.
You are shaving your cheeks with a sharpened razor. That's all right. If you can play on nicely, you get a clean shave. But if you are inattentive, immediately there is blood, immediately.
So no matter what material gains we get in this material world, it's all vanquished by time and ultimately leads to suffering. Can I have a volunteer to read this next quote, please?
So everyone in this material world, he does not know what is the aim of life. Unnecessarily, he is making plan. This plan, that plan, this plan, that plan. And all plan is being frustrated by the laws of nature. Daivi esha gunamayi mama maya duruttaya. Every plan will fail. And those who are plan-making persons, they are all rascals. They do not know that what kind of plan should be made. The plan should be made that everyone should be God conscious. Then every plan will be successful. Otherwise, everything will fail.
Give the reference. Srimad
Bhagvatam 1:16.3, December 31st, 1973, Los Angeles.
So this is all decoration on a dead body, whatever material benefits we get. We decorate the dead body, but there's actually no benefit. Can I have a volunteer to read this quote, please?
Hare Krishna. Apratyaksha hi dehasya. Just like a dead man, a dead body, he should decorate it nicely. What is the value of this decoration? Similarly, the so-called economic development is equal to decorating this dead body. Without knowing what is the thing which is within the body that makes it moving, there is no knowledge, simply decorating the dead body. So, decorating the dead body may be pleasing to the decorator or some of his relatives. Oh, my dead father is being decorated. Then what is the value of such decoration? Similarly, we may improve in so many ways, but if it is simply for the body, It is simply decoration of the body, dead body. Lecture at San Diego University, June 29th, 1972, San Diego.
I remember when my grandfather was leaving his body, my relatives were discussing which kind of box should we get to bury him in. Should we get the simple, cheap box, or the more ornate and fancy box, or maybe the sagwan box? You know, they were discussing like this, you know, just decorating a dead body. So one cannot stop a blazing fire by constantly pouring ghee upon it. One cannot satisfy oneself by increasing plans for sense enjoyment. Bhava Mahadevagni, the forest fire of material desires. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moha, Matsarya, Mud, attachment, illusion. All of these material desires, they're just burning like a forest fire. It's like an itch. We're trying to scratch the itch of material enjoyment. Can I have a volunteer to read this quote, please?
Hare Krishna. If you got some itches and you are feeling that I should itch, but if you stop itching, this will be cured. And if you go on itching, it will increase. So itching. Anyone who has got some experience of itching, itching is very pleasing at the time of itching, but next time it is not very pleasing. It has created so many disturbing conditions. Therefore, Shastra says that we should try to control the itching of our senses. Then he is Dhira. Bhagavad Gita 2.15, February 15th, 1975, Mexico City.
Yes, Dhira means sober. Dhira tatra na muyati. Sober person is not bewildered. So the jail analogy, this world is compared to a prison house. And if the prisoners are in the prison house and they're just decorating the prison, then what is the benefit? So similarly, we're trying to enjoy this material world. We're just prisoners here. It's of actually no benefit. So what is the solution? The solution is surrender to Krishna. Shri Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. Sarvadharman prachaja. Mamekam sharanam vraja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo. Mokshayishami ma suchaha. Someone can read the translation, please.
Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear.
Jai. So let us meditate on this point. What are 3 practical ways for us to divert ourselves from the mirage in the desert to Sri Sri Radha Madan Gopalji? How can we focus our lives on Sri Sri Radha Madan Gopalji? Please think of 3 ways. And when you get home, back to your ashram, note down in your diary 3 ways to redirect our attention to the lotus feet of Sri Sri Radha Madan Gopalji. So please stay in touch. And once again, we offer our blessings, not our blessings, we offer, well, blessings we can give. Have a wonderful day in Krishna consciousness. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're so grateful to all of you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Bahud Bahud Dhanyavad. Hare Krishna. So time is over. So anyone has any questions or discussion, we can meet privately. I do have the good news that I have some Nisinga oil with me from Melbourne, Australia. So please everyone come and accept some Nisingadev Mahaprasadam. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.